Hello, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're doing well. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot. This is your tarot card for the week of January 18th, 2026. Keep in mind it is a collective general reading, not individualized nor personalized to you. Messages may come through today that don't fully resonate, and if that happens, it's okay. It just means that one message is meant for someone else. So take what fits, how it fits, leave what doesn't, and be sure to check out your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. And if you don't know what they are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Also, in that description box is information on how you can become a time traveler. With all of that said now, let's begin. Tapping into the Capricorn collective now. What is the tarot card of the week here for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements for the week of January 18th, 2026. By the way, if you're celebrating your birthday this week, I'd like to wish you a very happy birthday. Also, keep in mind, my love, this is not what you don't see coming for the week ahead. The tarot card of the week reading is intended to help you move forward in your respective journey. Let's get one more shuffle here for Capricorn. Thank you. Your tarot card of the week, the Three of Swords. What painful aspect of your life do you need to confront? At the bottom of the deck, you have Ten of Wands. What has become overwhelming in your life? Why is the Three of Swords the tarot card of the week here for the Capricorn collective? Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Something you're missing. You're missing something here. Okay. Like not fully able to connect the dots on something. Why is it Three of Swords the tarot card of the week here for the Capricorn collective? One more shuffle here. Thank you. What do we have for you, my dear? King of Wands, Page of Cups, Four of Wands, and Temperance. Bottom of the deck, Ten of Swords, Knight of Wands, and the Hermit. That leaves the Two of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, and you, the Devil, here at the bottom of the deck. Let me clarify a few of these cards for you, please. Why is the Page of Cups here for Capricorn? I have an idea what this is, okay? Tell me about that Page of Cups. One more shuffle. Thank you. Page of Cups is clarified by the Chariot, the Eight of Cups, and the Nine of Swords. Ten of Swords. Clarify that Ten of Swords for me, please. Thank you. Five of Cups. Tower. And the Empress. Hermit. What are they not seeing? What are they not seeing? Connect those dots. One more shuffle. Thank you. Nine of Wands. Eight of Pentacles. Five of Swords. Bottom of the deck, the Moon, the Knight of Swords, and the Emperor. Emperor to the Empress. Okay. As always, these messages tend to be pretty specific. Okay. I feel, and the message I'm getting here, so if it's not yours, remember, don't force it. Just look at another placement. You've had a connection here in your life. It either came to an end recently or you've had a lot of difficulty in it. One shocking revelation or moment after another. One argument after another. One act of betrayal after another. You know, one moment of feeling emotional loss after another. It's like a pattern. And for some of you, it's a pattern that existed within this one connection. And for others of you, it seems to be the same cycle on repeat as you go from connection to connection to connection in your life. And this could play out in your professional life, platonic, romantic, a little bit of all three. I don't feel like it's just targeted into one person. It may be, but that's not the message I get here. It's almost like, why does this always happen to me feeling? It's a little victim-y. Right? It's a little bit, why does this always happen to me? Why do people always take advantage of me? Why do people always lie to me? Why do people always push me to the brink of collapse? Why do people take advantage of me? Etc., etc. And why am I always the one who's either abandoned or neglected? Or why am I always the one who has to walk away? And I feel like, and I don't know if this came out in one of your readings several months ago, or maybe it was a Virgo reading that I did about a month ago. It might have been a Virgo reading. There's a trail of dots here that you're not following, and it is at whatever's happening on repeat in this one relationship, or possibly throughout several different types of relationships in your life, actually goes back to your childhood, possibly through your parents. I'm pretty sure we had a reading like this for you. So there's something here in this energy of the Hermit, because if you look at the way the cards came out, it's like the Ten of Swords. This is what you've been healing from or dealing with, right? And then the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Wands is looking back to it, and then the Hermit is looking at that. There's a need here for you to look back at those 10 swords and almost like do a comparison, go within and say, when you keep asking yourself, why does this keep happening to me? Well, it goes back to childhood. There's something here that goes back to childhood. That's why the cycle keeps repeating, maybe with a mother figure, possibly with a father figure. So what painful aspect of your life do you need to confront? The wound that you need to heal, I'm not saying is not associated with the heartbreaking situation that you're currently in or you have recently exited. Of course, you're going to need to feel that to heal that. But what aspect of your life do you need to confront? This heartbreaking situation is tied somehow to your childhood. That's what you're not seeing in that moon card energy. All right, let's see if we can get a little bit more on this for you. So that whole feeling, why I work on this, I don't give up on this connection, I put in all of my effort, right? 8 of Pentacles, I give them all of my time, my love, my money, to the best of my ability. Even on the days I'm tired, even on the days I feel like giving up, I don't give up. And then I still end up in the 5 of Swords. I still end up in arguments, in conflict. Someone's backstabbing me, someone's betraying me, someone's trying to win at all costs. Someone's playing unfair. I'm playing fair. I'm playing more than fair. I'm speaking like you. That's the feeling. I play more than fair. But whoever I'm always playing with, they're not playing fair. You know, I try to be a good tango partner. This person keeps stepping on my toes. I'm not trying to make light of what you're going through. It's just different messages that I'm receiving. But there's something here about, we have to look at the inception, right? The individual on the Empress card is pregnant. We have to look at the inception. Why do we constantly give our all to something or someone that may not deserve it? If you haven't seen my readings before, I'm really not cross-watcher friendly. I'm sorry. But why do we, invest to the point of financial or emotional exhaustion into people who don't deserve it? In the least, people we should just walk away from, like this individual in the 5 of Swords is walking away. But why do we do that? We have to go back to the inception, to that learned behavior, which came from childhood. We were taught to run, run, run. Someone needs us, run. They need money, I got to scramble and find it. They need someone to drive them to the doctor, I got to get in the car. I got to leave work early. You know what I mean? That's the feeling. We were taught somewhere in childhood that the way to attract love, maintain love, keep love, was to be the runner. I have to run after you, I have to cater you, whatever you need, even if it's at my financial, emotional, etc., psychological, distress, even if it's not to my benefit. And I think that's what we have to go back and think about and walk away from that way of thinking. It's almost like needing to reprogram ourselves that that's not how we attract love. That's not how we maintain love. That's not the way we maintain relationships. And look, this could be professional. I work 8 days a week at this job and I put in 70 hours and they only pay me for 40. And then when I think I'm going to get the promotion or raise, I don't. They give it to the person who barely works 30 hours a week. But why were you doing that? Because something here was embedded in you in childhood that you had to go, go, go and overperform and overachieve. And only then would you be considered for that promotion or raise. You have to overspend and overgive to your exhaustion. Only then could you possibly be loved by someone else. 4 Pentacles to the Moon. So we're stuck in this cycle until we figure out, and I think that's what this reading is trying to tell you, we need to confront that childhood wound because it's become too overwhelmingly burdensome for us to continue existing in connections this way. So the King of Pentacles right behind it says we need to learn, based on these past experiences, how to invest those pentacle resources differently and not just give them away to anyone or anything that looks or sounds or feels good in the moment, because that's a trap from childhood. And it's also a false belief to believe that you have to give more than the other person or more than you're possibly capable of giving just to be accepted or chosen or loved. So we need to, or you need to, because it's different for all of you, go back to childhood or when this first happened for you. It could be childhood. Page of Cups for me is usually children energy, 0 to 12, 0 to 13 years old. The Knights, this could be teenage up until like early 20s for me. So I would say from 25 and younger, go back to those memories, particularly your building blocks as children. Were you only rewarded by parents when they told you to clean your room and you cleaned your room and you didn't even get a, hey, thanks Capricorn for cleaning your room. The only way you got a thanks Capricorn was if you cleaned the room and you got on a little step stool and you washed the dishes, and you know what I mean? You had to be an overachiever. You come home with your report card and you get B's and you're not told good job. You have to be an overachiever and get straight A's. That's when you're told good job. You have to be an overachiever. That was the only way that maybe you would get recognition or reward or love from a parents, guardians, elders that you looked up to. We saw the Emperor to the Empress. So this is a paternal wound. And I say that because it was when you were a child or younger, someone older than you embedded this in you. And I don't think they did it maliciously. It might have been how they were raised. But it no longer serves you. Okay, what else do we need to know? So yeah, what painful aspect of your life do you need to confront? The reason why you might find yourself in these types of relationships or cycling over and over again and repeating this pattern is you were programmed this way as a child. And once you can realize that, then you can learn to take steps to deprogram yourself from that. You can use ChatGPT, therapy, counseling, just start looking stuff up online, finding credible sources. How do I no longer, show up as a people pleaser? How am I able to discern, for lack of a better term here, good witch from the bad witch? People who are worth my investment and people who aren't. What do healthy relationships look like? I feel like there's a deprogramming here that's needed when it comes to connections. And I'm not saying every way you show up in a connection is wrong or bad or anything like that. But this aspect of you overgiving to the point of financial, emotional, physical exhaustion, that's no longer serving you. I don't think it ever served you well to begin with. It's just now you're starting to realize. And it doesn't matter how old you are. You could be 80 years old. This is still something you can change. So you can ensure that the next friendship or love partnership you have doesn't result in 3 of Swords, 5 of Swords, 10 of Swords. Because mixed in that, my love, is also 7 of Swords, which means a lot of these people, not all, but a lot, knowingly did that. And we call those people narcissists, for lack of a better term. Because those are people who seek out people like us who overgive. What card just fell out of the deck? The Knight of Pentacles. So there's something here to learn. And again, we're looking at teenage years. Okay. Tell me more about this in the Page of Cups. One more shuffle. Your readings have been running a little bit longer than the others. So I apologize if you're watching this during the premiere. It's going to take a little bit for you to get through. But if you want to come back and just put it on 1.5 speed or 2 times speed, it might help you to get through it a little quicker if you don't have the time. The World card, the Hierophant. Oh, the Magician. This was learned behavior. This was embedded in you. That's what we need to deprogram. World card. The Hierophant, the Magician. This was embedded in you. This was the love language you were taught in your professional, platonic, and romantic relationships. The Magician is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is communication. The Hierophant are these situations, environments, or connections that we feel dedicated to. We feel like we have to go above and beyond. They're a staple in our life. We can't lose them. World card, this is a lesson. So it's deprogramming that. And it doesn't mean that the Hierophant is a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to have dedication and loyalty. but it is when it's to our detriment. And this was a love language that was embedded in you in childhood. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there. I'll get you some advice cards. The Moon, the Knight of Swords, and the Emperor. Again, we've got that mother-father figure there. But it could be first boyfriend, first girlfriend. You know, it's just the first of something is the feeling I'm getting here. And there's that communication card. Sorry, I didn't mean to give you the middle finger. That's that communication card there. All right. 3 final cards here, and then we'll go to the advice deck. 3 final cards here. So I would look up different types of unhealthy love languages or unhealthy love patterns. And it doesn't have to be romantic. I mean, you might show up in romantic connections one way, and this might just be how you show up at work or vice versa. And for some of you, yeah, it could trickle out through friendships and a love partnership. But I would look up some toxic or codependent love languages that are learned in childhood and see which one you identify with. I mean, if you can afford or you have insurance to cover, you know, therapy and counseling, that would be beneficial. But if you can't, there are plenty of credible DIY, do-it-yourself kind of websites and therapy sites that would be able to help you with this, but you'll need to be dedicated to it. If you don't know what a narcissist is, I recommend this woman. She has no idea who I am, but she has helped me a lot. Her YouTube page, let me find it for you. She's amazing because I didn't even realize that that's what I was dealing with. And she has a whole set of videos, like how do you know if your mother's a narcissist or your lover's a narcissist, or what are the entrapments of a narcissist. And I know we throw that term a lot, but I think we deal with more of them, or people that just even have those personality traits. Maybe they're not fully diagnosed as that. So I don't know her actual first name, but the YouTube page is Narccon, N like Nancy, ARCCON. And I'll put it in the description box below for you, because I think some of you have been dealing with someone like this. Either they are clinically diagnosed as that, or they just have these types of personality traits. And you might fall repetitively for that style. And it could be because maybe you never realized your mother or father was one as well. And I went through that realization. That's 18 months of counseling there. Or at least it was part of the 18 months of therapy that I had. But yeah, sometimes it is our parents and we don't even realize it until we watch a video like that. And we're like, oh my God, those are all the traits. And we learn how to love from those people, right? So, okay, let's wrap this up. Let's get you 3 more cards, and then we'll get you 3 advice cards. Anything else Capricorn needs to know about this? One more shuffle here. Thank you. But yeah, you need to take the inspired action to confront this. You need to be bold and brave and courageous enough to confront this. And I do think it goes back to your home life or how you were raised. And you can heal this with the Temperance card. You can absolutely, it's well within your power to heal this. You have the 6 of Wands. You can have victory over this. 6 of Swords, move on from it. And King of Cups, learn how to love in a healthy way. 3 of Swords, and you can heal this wound. We're literally ending your reading with the same card from 2 different decks. So yeah, you absolutely can have victory over this. Move on from it and learn how to love and exist in emotionally balanced, reciprocal relationships. You can heal this wound once and for all. Page of Pentacles, and you can learn how. You can learn how. It's within your wheelhouse. It's not beyond your ability to see this, identify this, and heal from it. All right. Not a very nice reading, but a very nice reading, because if this has been a pattern for you, you're able to break the pattern, and this is a good week for you to begin to do that. You won't get it all done in a week, but it's a good week to just take that first step. 3 advice cards here for Capricorn. And remember, if the message doesn't resonate, it's okay. Just check another placement, okay? But as someone who's gone through this, if this is your story, trust me, you can make it through as well, and you'll be okay. You'll be better off on the other side. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Your advice: 2 of Wands, future planning. The World card, again, learning that lesson. Ace of Wands, and having a new beginning, a new, fresh approach. 10 of Cups. Because then you'll know what real happiness really is. Nice reading for you, Capricorn. Well within your grasp, well within your capability. to change how you show up in relationships, to link that to a wound in the past, to discover it, to fully heal it, to transmute it, and to enter connections that will be more harmonized and will be aligned with you and will truly add to the overall contentment of your life. It's yours for the taking. This week is just step one. That's what I have for you, my dear. If you like that message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace.